I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts.
Do you guys know this guy named More Parz? So we're gonna watch More Parz. This guy does a lot of like Australia-based videos. You will never catch me going to Australia. It is literally on the opposite side of the world. I don't feel like being upside down. I get motion sickness. Literally everything there wants to kill you. I am good. I will stay my white ass up here. I think the air even wants to kill you. I think the water wants to kill you.
Australia has a lot of spiders, but recently we found a new one, because of course we fucking did. And the new one is the most certified Australia moment I've ever seen. For a bit of context, one of the several thousand spider species.
How many thousand? 10,000 spiders? Bro, I'm good.
Because of course it's down here. Where the fuck else did you think you were going to find it? These scary looking fuckers are highly venomous and can flatline you with a bite in 15 minutes. And if you think wearing thick clothes will save you, be aware the bastards have fangs long enough to punch through shoe leather.
No.
Now, why do I bring these little nightmares up? What is the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery? A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup.
No!
That's right. Australian scientists have found a brand new species of this funnel web that is even bigger. How much?
Do you see the size of those fangs, chat? What the frick? Look how big those fangs are.
Bigger? Well, the standard Sydney funnel web grows to around 5 centimetres or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're asking me, 2 inches is more than enough. 2 inches is actually fucking huge. By comparison, this is the new one. It's twice the fucking size, cunt.
No, thank
4 inches of 8-legged menace to the animal kingdom. But that isn't even the best part. You see, do you know what they named this thing? Do you know what professional scientists named a supersized version of...
Let me take one guess before they do it. It's either gonna be like Gigantus something, or they're gonna have like a meme name for it.
Most dangerous spider on the entire fucking planet? The Newcastle Big Boy. Deadliest...
No, they did not. They named it the Newcastle Big Boy. Are you kidding me?
On the entire fucking globe, Big Boy. Only in Australia.
Bro, what is that?
Weird. But I'm not sure you quite understand just how fucking weird. So everyone knows the basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the spore creature creator and just called it a day. But you see, mate, that's
venomous,
barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous? No, I'm not fucking with you heard me correctly. Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs. These spurs are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for throwing hands with other male platypus during...
The difference between venomous and poisonous is the easiest way to let you know. If you bite it and it hurts you, it's poisonous. If it bites you and it hurts you, it's venomous.
And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck. See, platypus venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment or anti-venom. So if Perry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next on the list of offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big...
My GF is both poisonous and venomous. All right, buddy, we don't want to know about your love life over here. Come on.
As it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Possessing the ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey. Meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it. And last but not least, as if those things weren't already unbelievable, we recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent.
What?
They glow. If you hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking green.
That's
and the best
cool.
part of that is we have no clue why they do it. I mean, I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus man. I'll give up, man. Who fucking designed this thing?
Perry the platypus, the entire thing was filmed in black light.
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Because this isn't actually a rock.
Oh,
that
it's a fish.
is a stonefish, a species of underwater menace native to Australia. And coming as a surprise to...
You see what I mean? Even the rocks want to fucking kill you. I'm good, dude.
No one it is also the most venomous fish in the ocean. Because of course it is. As if the fucking snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by a pet rock. But why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental health? Well, you see, Stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this little f***er doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign to warn you. No. This bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved
Oh my god, dude.
of camouflage in the animal kingdom to make hunting easier. And once they've set themselves up, they are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. Now, this is a fairly major problem as they love to live in the shallows on the beach. And that venom we talked about earlier is...
You see what I mean? Water, rocks, everything wants to kill you in Australia, dude.
13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on.
God.
You can probably see where I'm going with this. Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention, if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach with one of the homies, and while distracted by his ethereal beauty, weren't paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous dose of...
Oh, Chad, I'm cringing so hard right now. I can't.
Neurotoxin.
Oh my god.
Straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom? No.
It's neurotoxin.
These things maxed out the toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing.
Neurotoxin is considered one of the most deadly venom because it literally just stops your nerves from working.
Your heart and lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis.
Ooh,
because this is
don't look
Australia,
that up.
where even the scenery is trying to one-shot me. This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Finish him!
Oh god.
Introducing the Cassowary, a species of ratite native to the land down under. And for once, guys, it's not venomous. Can still flatline you though, and I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such share their impressive size, coming in at a solid 79 kilos and growing up to 6 feet tall, meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. But what makes them stick out from
Tyler
emus?
one?
Well, you see, the Cassowary is basically a spec ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial, and most importantly, coming with a
Look at those legs.
combat knife strapped to their foot. That's right, this is a Cassowary claw, and it's the reason they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws are a full 5 inches long. And you know what I mean? Honestly, 5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially if it's something that's going inside me. And if you anger the tactical assault turkey, that is exactly what you're gonna get, as their go-to defense method is to kick you square in the gut with that kitchen knife and attempt to disembowel you. And I mean, even if the kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean.
Oh my... Could you imagine being on vacation in Australia and a giant fucking bird just comes up and kicks you? Literally Spartan kicks you into the pit of doom?
In a country where at any point I could be hit with a sneak attack by a kaiju turkey is terrifying. Touching this plant will put you in the...
And then imagine you got kicked off the ledge into a bunch of lionfish. You land on a bunch of freaking hypodermic needle rockfish with those damn little spines sticking up, giving you neurotoxin. When you finally get out, you find out you have a brain-eating amoeba or something as well.
What the fuck? This is the Gympie Gympie plant, a piece of foliage native to the land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Because yeah, no, of course, man, even
the leaf wants to kill you.
Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that, upon closer inspection, aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating pain.
Great, more neurotoxin.
I mean, like comedic levels of pain. with one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth and she'd given birth 4 times. And the fucked up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little health cousin can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin anytime that they're moved or disturbed. This constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
No!
I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts. Better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native to the land down under, and shocking absolutely no one, yes, it can and will eat you.
Oh, God.
You see, keeping on theme with the whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the Salties stat spread just feels like something that should have been patched out with the rest of Jurassic Park. Starting
did you see
with
its stat levels? Did you see its stats? They had 99 in each stat. That's cheating.
You see, salties are the largest reptile on the planet.
Did you see how big that thing was, chat? That was huge.
Meters long, with a maximum weight of 1,100 kilos, which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my f***ing car. And the f***ed up part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth. You see, crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they...
I can't get in trouble for that, can I? I can't get in trouble for that, right?
You see, they've got 2 raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and, get bitten in half by that hydraulic press that they call a mouth.
That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
That's right,
God,
like
the crunch sound.
Camper, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the f***ing planet, having been recorded at putting out a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws. To put that into context, your skull will crack at 1,100 psi, so a croc would pop your head like a watermelon. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spitting its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals.
Oh, God.
But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so f***ing good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years. Which means I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun.
Steve Irwin, is that Robert Irwin's dad?
Koalas are really dumb. In fact, Australia's fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet. And that stupidity starts with their diet, because of all the things they could have chosen to eat, they chose to eat nothing but straight up poison.
Literally.
You see, koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves, which, shocking no one, are highly toxic, because they are full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so fucking poisonous that as little as 3.75 mil is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the Reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf.
Why?
Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm, because Australia. Now, despite nature putting up this giant do not eat sign, that did not stop the koala, because he can't fucking read. This suboptimal bulking diet not only gives the koala all in the way of nutrition, but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't fucking cark it. meaning
That's
they need to
crazy.
spend upwards of 18 hours a day sleeping in order to just digest their fucking food.
If I ever reincarnate, I'll probably be a koala because I sleep a lot.
Dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with, because they are so,
It's so cute.
mind-numbingly brain dead that they will not recognize a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch. I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death.
It's so
It should
cute.
come as no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an esky temperature IQ that they literally have a smooth brain. The thoughts slide right
They have no wrinkles in their brain. They literally have no wrinkles in
off
their
of this
brain.
dumb c***. I love him.
Just like me, for real, bro.
This wasp is basically a xenomorph.
Nope. All right, nope. Chat. Once you get a poisonous or venomous insect and then give them wings, I'm out of there.
Introducing the tarantula hawk wasp, possibly one of the most nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's autobiography. But before we get to the strats, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to Australia, because of course it fucking is, this fucker is the largest wasp on the planet, coming in at a massive 2.5 inches. Which, I mean, boys, we would all agree, well above average, right? Huge.
Well
and this is
above
probably
average.
the most effective 2 inches has ever been because it has the second most painful sting of
Penis
any
jokes.
insect on the planet, coming in just barely behind the bullet end.
Don't do that. Don't do that. What are you
Stinger with a
doing?
potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, and electric.
Stop
Now,
doing.
the size and
Why does he
poison
keep using
aren't
that?
just for nothing, because as the name Tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for
That
them.
is
They don't
wild.
just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways possible. And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulking spider takes
Isn't
a
that
long
crazy?
turn down a dark alley, the hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him. Flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's abdomen, instantly
gosh.
and permanently paralyzing it. The Bug Harbour butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely conscious and aware
That's
spider
crazy.
into an isolated kill room, which is where the fucked up part really begins. Because our wasp isn't hungry.
Bro, it's nature's literal serial killer. It's literally Dexter Morgan inside the body of a freaking wasp.
It's pregnant. And
I know about the stupid wasp. It lays its eggs and then makes the babies come eat the tarantula hawk or the tarantula from the inside on the way out. I know.
needs to lay its egg on the
horrible.
paralyzed spider's abdomen. After about 3 to 4
Isn't that from
days,
World of
that
Warcraft?
egg hatches into a larvae. A very, very hungry larvae. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right here underneath them. That food being the still
I hate everything
paralyzed,
about
still
it.
very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket, consuming it from the inside out, purposely avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh. After it's done consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse like a fucking chest
Oh my
burster
God.
and fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation. Anywho, good luck getting any sleep tonight.
Oh my god, chat.
A gorilla
Chat.
can't
Oh,
beat
that is one of many reasons I'm never going back or never going ever.
100 men in a fight. He gets jumped. But that begs the question, which animal does win? And the answer, stepping into the ring at 5 meters long and weighing in at a genuinely frightening 4,500 kilos, I present to you the Hippopotamus.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, look, a hippo causing a
I've heard about
100-long
hippos.
line at the gates of heaven after a fight is honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic PR work Moodang has done for the hippopotamus community, doesn't change the fact that Moto here is a sentient Ford F-150, the temperament of a
Dokie.
fucking
Love
serial killer who can win this fight for one very specific reason. You can't fucking hurt it.
Yeah!
You say the hippopotamus is possibly the tankiest land animal on the fucking planet, packing an unbelievably thick 2-inch hide. Now look, we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but
Did I just hear a 2-inch hide, chat? Chat, you probably can't even fit your finger all the way through its hide. What the frick?
in the streets of the African savannah, this makes them practically Don't believe me? Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a family meal. Notice how the hippopotamus
It just
does
doesn't
not
care.
give a single fuck. If Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it, neither can you.
Oh my
However,
God.
don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here. The hippopotamus is not a peaceful animal. They are, in fact, violent.
Oh my gosh, chat. What was that?
Psychopathic 4.5-ton thundercats that can and will bite you in half.
Oh my god.
A hippo's jaw produces
God.
2,000 psi of pure crushing force. So if he catches your ass, you are the watermelon. And as if the hydraulic press wasn't bad enough, don't forget they've got 2 20-inch fangs in that mouth that'll put a hole in you big enough to stick your f***ing arm through.
What
But
the
honestly,
fuck,
the bite
Dad?
doesn't even f***ing matter. It weighs
Wait,
4.5 tons.
do they file the teeth off of all the ones in the zoo?
4.5 tons and can run at 30k an hour. Getting hit by a charging hippo is like getting hit by a fucking bus. There is no way we are winning a fight against something that could probably take out
God.
10 people just by rolling over. In summary, don't f with the hungry hippo.
No. Oh no, that poor crocodile. That thing's gone.
Komodo dragons are horror villains. I mean, seriously, this industrial-sized lizard is easily one of the biggest assholes in the animal kingdom when it
What
comes
is
to
that?
hunting methods, packing a PhD in suffering and a double degree in biological warfare purely because they cannot be expending effort to hunt. You see, Godzilla's little cousin here is the largest lizard in the world, weighing up
dragon?
to 166 kilos and being a full
Oh my-
3.13 meters in length,
What? They're that big? I thought they were like half that size.
which means, for the short kings in my audience, if you're brave enough, bang a motor transport right there.
Oh my god.
Now, being the reptile equivalent of a Cadillac Escalade means that the Komodo dragon needs to consume a lot of calories to keep that bulk going. However, rather than using that bulk to proactively chase down and body slam its prey, they can take down prey 3 times their size because as if being a reptilian tank was not enough, they are also venomous.
Yeah.
And this isn't just your run-of-the-mill
It's their
snake
saliva
venom that,
too, right?
gives you a nice quick 15-minute death. No. A Komodo hunt starts with it running up to its prey and giving it a nice big chomp on the leg, injecting it with
Oh my God.
hemorrhagic venom. After biting, the Komodo dragon
No.
backs off and just sits there watching. The confused and bewildered animal runs off into the forest, leaking blood, allowing that Komodo dragon to track it like a DoorDash order. A week goes by, and that
Bro.
bite wound isn't closing because hemorrhagic venom prevents blood clots. So the animal is still slowly
It's just bleeding
out,
to death.
and the Komodo is still watching. More time passes.
that is nightmare
That bite
fuel.
wound gets infected because Komodos are carrion feeders, meaning that the inside of their mouth is full of enough rotting flesh and bacteria to give Asmongold a run for his money. The infection begins to drain the animal's strength, And the Komodo
Scarlet Rot, dude.
is
It's
still
Scarlet Rot.
watching. Another week passes. The infection has spread, and the flesh has begun to rot. And you best believe that ass lizard is still there watching like he's waiting for his meal to heat up in the microwave. Once the bleeding, disease-ridden animal becomes too exhausted to move on its own and collapses, the Komodo strolls over and eats it alive, shredding it into chunks if it's larger, or if it's small enough, swallowing it whole as it screams on the way down.
Oh my god,
Even for
dude!
me, man, that's fucked.
Chat.
This is the deadliest.
Frick Australia. Just frick all of Australia. Just all of it. Frick it all.
Introducing the inland taipan, and being the deadliest venom noodle in the world, I will give you
Venom
exactly
noodle?
one guess as to where it's found. It's Australia, of course it's fucking Australia.
Yeah.
Be so serious here. Where the else did you think you were going to find it? Canada? More specifically, as the name suggests, the taipan is found inland in the...
Kourra hates Aussies. Start the
No.
tweet line now.
I don't hate Aussies. I hate Australia.
of size doesn't matter, because despite having extremely small fangs for a venomous snake, coming in at only 6.2 millimeters, the taipan is here to show you that you absolutely fucking can feel less than an inch, because those fangs contain the statistically deadliest snake venom on the fucking planet. Yeah, taipan venom is a pina colada of pain, containing, but not limited to, hemotoxins to cause blood clots, myotoxins for paralysis and necrosis, nephrotoxins to shut down your kidneys, and 3 different kinds of neurotoxin. Needless to say, if it bites you, you will get a headache, vomit up the entire contents of your stomach, collapse to the ground in agonizing pain, and then your heart and lungs will stop, sending you to meet God in under 15 minutes.
Bro!
And that venom is so fucking potent that one bite contains enough toxin to do that to 100 people. But the funniest part of this snake's venom is that in the wild, they only hunt rats and fucking mice. The deadliest venom on the planet, and they are using it to pack up Remy the rat. It's
Isn't
like
that
hunting a rabbit
crazy?
with a fucking orc.
That's another reason right there that I'm never going to Australia. The deadliest fucking snake in the world only hunts my kind. Cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh!
Counter-terrorists win.
What do they do to the rabbit?
This adorable little octopus is also the world's deadliest. Introducing the blue-ringed octopus, a species of cephalopod native to Australia, and a shock to precisely 0 people at this point. It's venomous.
Yeah.
Because of course it's fucking venomous.
Of course.
Why wouldn't it be venomous? That'd make my life way too fucking easy. Now, to its credit, unlike most of the toxic bullshit in this hellscape I call home, they at least have the common decency to be coloured like a fucking neon sign. However, it immediately loses this credit by being the octopus equivalent of a fucking hobbit, coming in smaller than a 50-cent coin. And this is a problem, because it is the most venomous octopus in the world. That's right, this fluoro spaghetti ball is packed to the brim with neurotoxin, more specifically, tetrodotoxin. You know, the same shit that turns cooking a puff fish into a quick time event? Yeah, these little guys are packing it too. However, because it is Australian, the blue-ringed octopus is on violence timing and is the only animal in the world to use this shit as an offensive measure by way of a venomous bite. But what does the venom actually do? Well, imagine you're wading through the rock pools with the homies and you accidentally disturb this little gentleman's residence. The blue ring, taking the American approach to home defense, suctions onto your leg and bites you. Best part, it's completely painless. So if you're distracted by how thick your mate's looking in those Speedos, you aren't going to feel shit. That is,
Omni-Man,
until your face starts tingling like TV static. It's warm out here under the sun, but you weren't sweating like this 5 minutes ago, and now you got a headache. You start to feel sick. weak. You go to call out, but your voice comes out slurred like you just knocked back a bottle of vodka.
Two shots of vodka.
2 shots of vodka. I love this.
And then suddenly, your legs
She
come out
pours
from
for,
under
like,
you,
2 more
and you hit
seconds.
the beach. Fun fact about tetrodotoxin. It's a paralytic. Freezes up your muscles one by one, starting with
Oh
your
my
arms and legs, which is
God.
why you're kissing the sand. You know what else is a muscle? Your diaphragm, the muscle that controls your breathing. And yeah, turns those bad boys off too. And so, your chest stops rising and falling, and you suffocate to death right there on the beach.
You literally just can't even breathe.
Now, you may be wondering, how come no one called an ambulance? That's easy. They didn't have time to. You went up to meet your ancestors in under 20 minutes. God ordered your ass with same-day shipping, and this little fucker delivered. Employee of the month.
If you live in Australia, why?
Pause explosions.
My main goal is to blow up.
He said the
Introducing the
thing!
mantis shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea, because this fluorescent armoured sausage is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear.
Their vision is super impressive, and these things literally are able to create a vacuum or something like that, like pressure, rivals the temperature of the surface of the sun.
See, the mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey with
Stop!
the most advanced set of eyes on the fucking planet. First off,
Yeah,
each of these
cavitation.
eye stalks can rotate independently like a periscope,
Look at that.
giving them a full 360 degrees of vision. However, more importantly, they can see colours we can't. You see, the mantis shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones compared to our 3. Which is a fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled at 500 render distance.
Damn.
Now, not only is the visual clarity unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums. And despite all of this,
Could you
they
imagine what
still
it's like-
can't find who
Could you imagine what it's like to be able to see in all of those spectrums at the same time? Bro, that must be trippy.
What they can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, squidward, and, most importantly, Mr. Krabs. Now, crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the shell? Simple. He throws hands.
He throws hands.
That's
cracked
right,
it, right?
weighing in at only 90 grams and 38 centimetres in length, the mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force. That is
What?
176 newtons per gram. So if a human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite.
Damn.
Now, to produce that force, its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour, which is so fast it creates a vacuum in the water
Look at
called
that.
a cavitation bubble, which then immediately collapses at such a speed it creates a miniature explosion that flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun. Mr. Krabs is getting
That's crazy.
disintegrated.
Money.
Money. You see it? He just cracked his shell.
Most snails aren't scary, except for this one. This one's Australian.
Oh no, this is
Introducing
the
the
cone
cone-
snail. The cone snail, dude. This thing has like little. This thing could actually shoot darts at you and kill you, bro.
Snail, an aquatic mollusk native to the land down under.
More
and as seems to be
neurotoxins,
the
by the way.
requirement when sharing your postcode with a kangaroo, you guessed it. It can quite easily cause your neck snap to be in a coffin. And the way it can achieve it is this bad boy right here. You see, despite most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a salt shaker, the cone snail is a highly effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how the fuck does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle hunt anything? Well, that's simple. It has a grappling hook. That's right, Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog, mate. And he hunts by slowly but surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within range, and then bang! The cone snail does a quarter circle input, spitting out a tooth harpoon at 90 kilometers a hour. This harpoon then nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion.
It's a harpoon.
And in case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's venomous. That harpoon also injects its prey with a highly potent neurotoxin that instantly paralyzes it. This means it cannot put up a fight, as it is sucked into the snail's ginormous maw like a nightmarish version of Kirby.
Bro! Oh, that's...
And, just in case you thought for once you might be safe, cone snail venom is potent enough to kill 700 people with one sting. Oh, yeah, and there's no anti-venom, because it's not enough that it can kill me. No, I have to die knowing there is zero counterplay. Who balanced this
Zero counterplay? I lost to a mollusk.
If you see this thing T-pose, run.
Oh,
Introducing
man.
the Anteater, a goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute
Okay, now he's gonna tell me why I don't want to ever go to Brazil.
dance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're gonna have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the Anteater eats ants. And weighing in at 40 kilos and 1.8 meters in length, it needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now, in order to help him hit his bulking goals, the Anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer. A 60 centimeter long tongue designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bug's life and convert them into a high-calorie meal.
Gosh.
However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he dig? Oh, that's simple, with the combat knives he has for claws. Yeah, anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete.
What?
Now, these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the Anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and all the way off.
I will.
If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego, the Anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail your inner thigh, slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the Anteater watches you go meet your ancestors. Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose?
Yeah.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep
spider.
secret. But what is it? Well, introducing the Huntsman, native to the land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera. And look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit, yeah, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's
It's kind of
testicle.
cute, I'm not gonna lie.
Now, as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the Huntsman spider grows up to 30 centimeters in size, making it the largest spider on the planet by leg span and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long. Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, tank build. Unfortunately, the Huntsman is fucking turbocharged. Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous.
Great.
Because it's Australia.
Great.
However, that's his big secret. The Huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an SCP, Huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise, because if you see a Huntsman in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes, because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control.
Maybe I get a
personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you they're pretty good company. Ooh. Except for the part where they cause car crashes.
What?
You see, Huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks,
God.
and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap. Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor because God is trying to flashbang you, yeah, they like to sleep in there, and you've just dropped one into your lap. Now, whatever you do, don't panic, or you're gonna crash the.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh, chat, that was great. Oh my god, dude. There you go. Make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe, give him foot pics